Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to Leona, who is in Australia. My name is Banya. I'm here with my children, and we are to speak about deeper connections. Deeper connections are questions that try to understand who the individual is. And it will be nice for everyone to use them so that you get to know the person you're talking to. Because there are some questions which we never ask. But through these questions, we get to know you deeper, like they say, deeper connections. Enjoy the show. I'm with my children. They'll introduce themselves. We'll start with Leona. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Leona Kleinbeck. I live in Australia. I've got 2 boys. I'm married to my lovely husband, Kevin Kleinbeck. Nice to meet you.
We'll go to Douglas Banya.
Hello, my name is Tugume. I'm not yet married, but many want to be married to.
Okay.
Yes.
And hi, my name is Emily, and I'm the last born, the baby. I'm the most loved, and I'm excited to get into the conversation. Yes. So, Mom, will you start with the first question?
Thank you very much. I'll start with the first question. Everybody is going to answer this question, but hierarchy will start with Leona.
Because she's fun.
Which is the first one?
All right.
Who are you? How would you describe yourself to a stranger? It has to be short and specific so that everybody can have a go.
All right. I thought about this one. My name is Leona, as I mentioned before. I'm a daughter of God. I can describe myself as a daughter of God, loved by God, and a wife, mother, and how can I describe myself? So I'm lovely and blessed in life. And yeah, that's me.
Thank you very much. We'll do Tugume now.
Okay. I will borrow from the person who's farthest from us. Yes, I'm a child of God, but I think we're all different in different aspects of life. You're a child, you're a mother, you're a father. But apart from a child of God, and how would people describe me is what you see is what you get. So, yeah, I'm the ways people see me the first time, I won't change. Well,
Why don't you look us in the eye while you're talking?
depending. So, yeah.
Then we'll have Emily.
So for me, I am a child of God, like they said, and I am a daughter. I am a love of life, and what I will say is my mission is to rebrand Africa, and I am African. I'm very proud of my culture and my heritage, and I really, 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 really want to see the continent shine and its people do away with the inferiority complex. So if a stranger was to approach me, that's how I would describe myself, my values and who I aspire to be, but at the same time, who I really, really am.
Thank you very much.
So Leona, would you like to take on the first question?
Sorry. I just want Hold on, I just wanted to add something to myself because I forgot the first part of what people describe me.
Yeah.
Because I had the first part. And people would describe me as fun, loving. They love my laugh. I am an entertainer in a sense I like to host people. I also am good at baking, which I'm hoping to turn into a business and bring more joy to people's houses and families. So there's more something to entertain each other while learning a skill. So I could describe myself as that, someone who wants to bring warmth and joy into this world.
Okay.
So just to piggyback on that, then How would you want people to see you?
Sorry?
How would you want people to see you then? Because the first question
How
was
would I like people to see?
yes, or describe you.
To describe me. People can describe me as warm. Fiona's warm. She is kind. She likes people. She is fun, but is not very good at making jokes. I love laughing at jokes, but I'm not so good at making them. Actually, mine just flop. So I try not to go there. And what else do people like about me? I'm a very loyal friend. I'm a loyal person. And yeah, I think I love to try new things and explore. Not bungee jumping like Emily, but I do enjoy trying new foods. I'd like to travel more. And yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
honestly,
people
like
describe me as.
I could say this in the whole family. I think I'm like the adventurous one. I'm the one who's like testing all the limits, figuring out how to like jump off buildings and stuff, and everyone's freaking out. So, Leona, you're right about that.
And yet she hasn't been rock climbing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've been rock climbing. Okay, thanks. But Leona, I think you take the first question after that, right?
Sorry?
Would you like to take the next question?
The next question.
Yes.
Right. Hold on, are we on one? The next question would be, what do people say they like the most about you? I'll direct that to Douglas.
What don't they like about me? I think that would be the more pertinent question. But what do people like about me? I think perseverance, like the name Tukume. We keep on going, and I think people need encouragement at all spaces of life, especially in the dark times. So, yeah, that presence, and that I'm always bring light into the room. See how this room is shining. That's me.
I think what people say they like the most about me is ambition, and the fact that a lot of them call me the coconut hustler. So, and also other things people like about me is that apparently I'm bold and creative, and I've stuck to my guns in terms of chasing my dreams rather than following the normal path. So yeah, I think that's what people say they like about me.
Do the people in your life feel you are emotionally available to them, Mom?
Yeah.
I know, right? What a card.
Why are you laughing?
What a card.
Yes, I'm very present. And everybody feels that,
To herself or to...
yeah, that's really one for me. I am emotionally available. And I'm always standing in somebody's shoes to feel exactly what they're going through. And that helps me to be kind and to love people the way they want to be loved. That's me.
You answered that like you're running for office.
We don't like the answer, but okay. Emily?
Okay, Leona, would you like to go next or should I go next?
No, you answer.
You go. Oh, I can ask this.
Yeah.
I had a song for myself for this one. Which song would you pick to be the soundtrack of your life, Ma?
Soundtrack of my life?
Yes.
Afrigo band, something.
No. Islands in the Stream. Dolly Parton.
I
Yeah.
remember you saying that when you were little.
Yes.
Okay.
Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream. That's
What do
my.
you like about that?
Because there are two islands coming together.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. I'll go for Oceans. You know Oceans?
Option.
Oceans like Hillsong?
Ah, yes, I do know that one.
Yeah, that's nice. Emily?
Can I ask the next
Why?
question? Oh, okay.
So it talks about faith and take me where beyond, like the Israelites at the water, beyond the water. So walking on water and seas parting. So faith, deep faith. That's why I choose that one.
Leona, how about you? Which song would be the soundtrack of your life?
And it's a song called Radio by Lana Del Rey. And it starts off saying, not even they can stop me now. Boy, I'll be flying overhead. Their heavy words can't bring me down. So it's about what people are saying things and then you're not listening to their words because they get in you and they can break you. So it's like a freedom song. She's singing this song called Radio, and she's describing how she's outgrown that mindset of listening to what people are saying about her and being that person. So that's why I like it. It's called Radio by Lana Del Rey.
Emily?
Yes, so I'll go into the next question.
Before you go, your song.
No, Emily, what's your song?
Honestly speaking, I listen to so many songs. I will say, which one can I say? Like, there's one called Tomboy. By, I'm trying to remember the name of the singer, but she's a young American girl.
We're going to Google the lyrics and just judge it.
But she was the tune of the song is a statement that Cher the singer said. She was like, my mom always says marry a rich man, and she looked at her mom and said, "Mom, I am a rich man."
What?
So those lyrics like really speak like to my heart and soul. But
Okay.
yeah. So I will go into the next question because I'm
Fiona,
getting.
Google the lyrics and we side
Yeah,
back.
by the way, Google it's Tomboy, but I tried to remember the name of the artist.
I remember Tomboy.
Yes, she's an American young singer.
Can we go to the next one?
Okay, isn't she Googling it? Okay, we'll go to the
Not
next
No.
one. Okay,
Oh, I can see Tomboy lyrics. I'm a girl, I'm a boss.
What's her name? the name of the artist?
Destiny Rogers.
Yes, Destiny
Tomboy.
Rogers.
Don't worry, we're going to edit this out.
So Emily, your song is one of them is Tomboy by Destiny Rogers. That's
Yes.
what you like?
Yes.
Okay, I will listen to this one. I'll screenshot it and listen to it later.
Okay, so I'll get into the next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes. What is the one thing you wish you could tell the people you spend the most time with? Douglas, I'll go first with you, then to Leona.
The one thing I wish I would tell people I spend time with, I'll tell them stop freaking out. Stop being emotional.
That is his motto. He's actually so good at it. I just love when he sends me messages. Then like, are you freaking out? Nope. I literally am freaking out, but it's just so nice that he says it. Because then I'm like, yeah, you're right, Douglas, you're right. So I do love that about him.
Yeah, so just be calm throughout the process. You know, like now you're starting a new business and that when the waters are like this and then you just calm, right? Remember like what was that song we used to sing with Jungle Book when we were young?
Hakuna Matata.
No. When the bear was with Mowgli.
Oh.
Yeah.
No
I remember that.
Remember
one.
No Problem?
Yeah, I liked it. No problem.
No worries.
worries
No worries.
for the rest of your days.
That's Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes.
I don't know how to sing it. but-
Also, you're in tune because of the kids, so there's that. But that's
Yeah.
what I keep saying. And mom?
The question again?
What is the one thing you wish you could tell the people you spend the most time with?
That I love them.
Why aren't you saying that more?
Because I love them the way I love them.
Yeah, but you don't say it, is what he's trying to say. It has to come
Don't worry, she wants us to read her
I use my
mind.
actions in many times. Yeah. I think I should say it more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think when I give my time, when I give my energy and attention, that's my way of showing love. Especially listening
Yeah.
and taking it all in. I've really developed that just to make sure I understand how I'm relating to the person I'm trying to impact.
Okay. So, Leona, would you like to take this? The same question.
No, you answer first. You answer first.
I asked the question, so it is me to tell who to answer it, madam. So it is you.
So what's the question again?
What is the one thing you wish you could tell the people you spend the most time with?
Alright. The thing I wish I could tell them is to smell the coffee, to enjoy every moment. Even the unsettled ones, the ones where you don't know what's going to happen, when you don't have answers, when you're having joy, just to be in the moment, be still. Because in that moment, you just don't know what God's doing, you don't know what life's happening, and maybe it's just on the way to the answer you want, but you're rushing to get through all the emotions. Yeah, maybe that's your lesson, to get through the emotions of fear, or frustration, or anger, or joy. So mine would be smell of coffee. I'd like people, my family members or people I love, to just smell the coffee, and just be in the moment.
But we drink tea, so.
We're learning to take coffee.
Drink the tea and smell the herbs and all of that. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So for me, I answer it and say, believe in yourselves. Please believe in yourselves. Like your potential and
Is
your.
that where the camera is?
Okay, mother. Sorry. Okay, let me look in the eye. Yes, believe in yourselves. I really feel like I wish there would be less self-doubt and self-judgment, and I really, really wish that the same energy that went into criticizing yourselves and doubting yourselves and questioning your every move and your decision making would go into believing in yourselves and your true potential and what you really, 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 really can do on this earth, because you were born with it. So you don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. You already have it. It's innately in you. So I just wish you could actually like look into that and let it come through you rather than shoving it down with your self-doubt and self-judgment.
That's lovely.
Well put. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Leona, would you like to take the next question?
Oh, wait, hold on. I need to go to the screenshot. Oh, sorry. All right, the next question. Hold on. What is your favorite food to eat and why? Emily.
Oh, my favorite food. Actually, it depends on the day. So I like my favorite snack is penne, which is jackfruit. I really, really love it because it's like so sweet. And then I love matoke crisps, which is like raw banana crisps. Oh my gosh, I love it because it's crunchy. It almost tastes like potato crisps, but it's like matoke crisps. So it's like amazing. And then I also just love anything Douglas cooks when he's in a good mood.
Which is every day. So come on.
Like he's made me hate a lot of like restaurant food. Like I would go to a restaurant and you pay a lot of money, and when you like 3 bites in, you're just like, it's not Douglas's food. Like, and you're like really disappointed because you're like, I paid so much money for this food and it's not really hitting how it's supposed to hit, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Douglas, what's your favorite food?
So my favorite food is simple.
No way.
Crushed biscuits in milk.
Oh no. 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 No.
Right? It's like Cerelac. Right?
Oh,
Remember that time when Cerelac was good for you? Wink, wink.
No. Ah. Like I thought thought he was going to have like a more sophisticated
Like
palate. He
cellular.
cooks complicated things.
I mean, we're going to go into salmon, gravlax, and whatnot, but keep it simple. Biscuits and milk.
I refuse to believe that. You know why? This guy will literally be in the kitchen. He's like, oh, I'm sweating the onions. I'm marinating the chicken. You know, it has to go overnight. And he uses all these complicated terms, and that's it. Biscuit and milk.
I know, but I guess because he's a chef, he has like a palate, so he wants things in there basic. That's very basic for me.
What's your favorite, Leona?
My favorite thing is salmon. I love sushi salmon.
That's favorite. That's basic. That's basic.
It's basically salmon that is seared and it's sushi. It's just I feel like it's healthy because I feel like my skin gets better.
Have you had salmon gravlax?
What is that?
Sorry, what?
I know, right?
So basically, it's just salmon cured in salt and then with the vodka and dill reduction.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that sounds yummy, but no, I
So
haven't tried.
they once you cure it with salt and beetroot, and it comes out pink.
Well, then maybe you should make me that next time I visit.
You're
You see
welcome.
what I said? Like, he goes from that to biscuits and milk. Like, how? Just how? The math is not mathing.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
complexity in the simplicity.
And Mom, what's your favorite?
Chicken, like a Muganda, of course.
Roasted.
The only way you have to do it is do it in different styles. Roasted, boiled to death.
Ew.
eh,
Leona. Come on.
yes,
That diddy boils his. That's what he likes, but mommy loves it.
yeah.
But anything on the kiddie meal is always good.
Actually, I think it's now you time to ask a question.
Can I ask the question now?
Okay, yeah.
In what ways do you take your life for granted? Leona?
Ooh, that's a nice one. In what ways do I take my life for granted? Maybe just the ease of waking up in the morning and not having to worry about rushing to go to work sometimes. Because I take care of, I'm a stay-at-home mom and also working on my cake business. But I'm able to wake up in the morning, take my time in getting the kids to school, and not have that 9 o'clock. I have to be at work, rush for let me get them dressed, get them into the car, drop them up at school, and then dash to work. So yes, that's my answer.
Brian, Douglas?
Being loved.
You take it for granted?
Yeah. I think it's the favor that comes with people liking you all the time. Once you meet other people who are not like me. But yeah. So yeah, that it comes that easy, really. You know, when you talk to like a few uncles and you're like, wow, it's actually hard to make those connections that people actually go to school to just keep talking to themselves. And so yeah, that's what I take for granted.
Yeah. Emily?
Many things, but I think I would say like being tall. I used not to really focus on it, but I actually didn't know I was tall until my first job here, my first internship actually. It was at the Innovation Village. And I kept walking behind ladies and they would think it's a guy, so they would freeze up. Then when they turn, they're like, oh, it's just you.
Is it the way you're stomping your feet?
No, like I would literally be like walking behind them, but my stature apparently they would feel like someone very tall behind them. So they would start like freezing, then they look, they're like, ah, it's you. And they're like, wow, you're so tall. And I was just like, what do you mean? And then they would start calling me American height. And so they started making me realize like the average Ugandan height is below 6 feet, and I'm exactly 6 feet. So I used to hate it honestly because I didn't like being seen. I didn't like people. I didn't like people looking at me. But now, oh my gosh, I am called a model. I'm just like, okay, please bring the compliments. I love it. I love having my long legs and, like being the person whereby I enter the room and, steal the show. Like before I hated it because I'm like, please don't look at me. I'm not ready to be seen. But now I'm like, oh, hi. I'm ready for my close-up.
See
So,
the
I
good
think,
job I've done?
I think what I used to take for granted was health. And after your dad got a stroke, this is 4 years now, counting, is when I realized that, wow, health is something that should never be taken for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, huh?
And when I've seen the way he's managed to pull through and in the state he is in now, I think it takes a lot of his personality to do that, because I don't know what I would do if I couldn't talk now. I like to talk a lot, and
we know.
We know.
so I don't take it for granted anymore.
I mean, you came up with a game about conversation, so yeah.
Wow, ma'am, way to sober the mood.
No, actually, she's making me feel guilty because now I'm like, I feel like my submission was very, very shallow. Now I'm like, okay, guys, what I really have been regretting is family. Like you guys love me, and I didn't know that our family was like very unconditionally loving until I started Utali Creative, the business. And, like when I had gigs and Douglas had time off, he would come and help me. And Leona, your emotional support, Brian as well. Mom has been like, okay, I know we're co-founders, but like she's been such an incredible like support system as well. So yeah, I really, really love that. And also Dad giving me the wings. That was like my Red Bull, to be honest, because before he had the stroke, I had the ideas and he's like, yeah, we'll fly. You want to go to Mars? We'll go. You want to, like he would just, any ridiculous idea I had, he would be like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. And then when you crash, he's like, don't worry, let's dust ourselves off and go. Like he was like my, what they call those people? Like cheerleader. Yes. So I took that really for granted, but I realized like not many people have like a family whereby you don't have to look back to wonder what they think or feel about you. You just know that they love you. Like, like even if they do something, you're not going to take it like, oh, this person is jealous of me or this. You just have a way where your mind is like, no, there's something going on maybe. Like you give them the benefit of the doubt because you just know they love you, and that's about it. And I honestly want to say that it's because of you.
Yeah.
I think you're like the biggest reason why we are like that.
Yeah.
Because even when we had moments in our family when we didn't like connect as siblings, you were like the Kawan whispering behind in the background to each and everyone, like, hey, by the way, she's not thinking like that. Oh, he's not thinking like that. So it's been amazing to have you in the background, like helping us, like grease the wheels of our relationships, because I honestly think families need that. They always probably has to be someone in the family who's that silent, person who helps tide over certain relationships just in case some people are butting heads. Otherwise, I honestly don't know how relationships would survive.
Thank you for the compliment. I think part of that comes from my being a childhood specialist, where I know that every individual is different. You could be the same mother, same father, same environment, but we all come out different. One will have a percentage of the paternal grandfather. One will have a bigger percentage of the maternal grandfather. And then an auntie will appear somewhere in another one. Same mother, same. So when I look at it from child development, we used to really emphasize the individual differences. And that has helped me also push it with society at large. people don't get heard, people don't get understood, simply because people think that because you're working in this environment, so you have to go under the same culture. But we're all different. And at the end of the day, people want to be individuals. That's why finding your identity is one of the most important things, because people ask you, what do you bring on table? And you want to copy and cut somebody else. Copycats don't work. So copy and paste doesn't work. Bringing the authentic you, I think, brings much on the table to that question.
So since we are piggybacking on questions, I'll go back to the previous one. The most important thing for me on the what I would like to eat, everything on the kids menu. Everything.
Are you cutting costs?
Okay,
Usually restaurants don't allow that.
I think you should just take the next question because I can't deal with this guys. Like,
I know, but I wanted to add something on what Emily said, which is true about having that sense that we all know that we're loved. Is I also noticed something which took me a while, but then we don't get jealous of each other. I don't know how mommy and daddy would sorted that out. I would love that trick. Only maybe because I'm dealing with my two sons and they're going through the love each other, hate each other, love each other, and I'm thinking, oh, are they going to like? They only have each other, so. And so they really do get jealous of each other and want to, the other one thinks they're not loved, or something, not loved, but then gets more, it's not fair. So it's interesting.
I can lend you something.
Sorry?
I can lend you something.
I know, I learned that quite a few times.
Just bless them.
But what it is interesting to be grown up now and like thinking, actually, don't get me. I'm not jealous of any of my siblings in any way or form, but I noticed that's not the same for them. So, but thank you, mom and dad. Whatever you did, and God, thank you, because it worked. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Do you believe that you are enough? This is for mommy.
Yeah, after the 7 years that you've given me,
Pam, pam, pam.
how about before that?
Pam, pam.
after the 7 years of sabbatical leave, I have to say thank you to my children. And it's amazing that that's when dad's health also came into play. But for some reason, I became who I am now, that I feel enough, because I've taken this time, the 7 years, to really understand what are my likes, what are my dislikes, what ticks me off, what triggers me off. And that you can only do in a very loving environment. Because, like we said in the other question, you don't take it for granted that people love you the way you are. We all try to be somebody that we are not so that you can fit into society. And this is something that goes on. And some people go to their graves when we've never known the real individual. Because why? When you're going to marry, Senga tells you this is how you should treat a man. When you're a mother, it doesn't come with a manual, but they say all mothers should be loving. Some mothers are not mummies. They don't like children. Maybe the child was got so that it could be a meal ticket. And people expect you to love. It doesn't come automatic. And many times you can't love because you are not loved. You find like children who are in these big families of 12. There's no individual time for each child. And for some who are in those big families, who are very loved because they were given self-identity. And being a teacher, one thing which I've found out working in international schools, some parents think that giving you material things is a way of loving you. And at times, it's not what the child wants. They want attention. They want to be heard. They don't want to be compared. They want to be valued. And somebody tells you, I'm going through life, but I don't know if I'm loved or not loved. And then the parent is asking, but we've bought the latest phone. We've given him trips to everywhere. Why doesn't this child feel enough? But I felt enough because you've allowed me to be who I am. I gave him the bills.
I was the therapist.
She was the therapist.
I'm qualified.
And of course, you were there to say, Mom, keep going. Mom, keep going. Then I'm
cheerleader.
Cheerleader, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I had Brian, who was always, this is not good enough. That is not good enough.
Quality control.
So it has helped bringing everything together. But I wish every individual would have that family where people can be allowed to be enough, despite their shortcoming.
I will just interject there and say, I still feel a certain type of way that I didn't get that rolling Barbie bag when I was like 9 years old. So, yeah. Like I still remember like when we used to go to Quality Supermarket and yeah, I feel like there's some trauma we need to unpack there. Do you agree or don't agree, Douglas?
No.
What's the question?
Are you enough?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Douglas,
I
you
think
enough?
I think the question is, am I enough for enough? For me. I feel like, but yeah, I think that one came natural, right? Everyone keeps saying in the family I'm the most loved. Even birthdays, it's only mine that I remembered. So right now I'm just giving enough.
That's for me, that's for me, that's
I'm giving out enough.
I know.
More than enough to you guys.
That's for me, that's for me. That was Dr. Gusto.
Hey, that was your song. Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe you guys just came in to spoil the mix. I feel like I'm an only child. So,
So we're just supporting
yeah,
acts
so
in
you
your
guys are
movie.
just- I don't know. My parents have one child. The rest,
Just add on.
I guess so. Yeah.
Emily, your turn.
Uh,
Are you enough?
To be honest, it took me a while to get there. I was really, really like psychologically bullied a lot most of my childhood. From actually every school I went to, I had at least one or two bullies and people who literally just made it their job to make my life a living hell. It was sometimes it was physical bullying, and then a lot of times it was psychological bullying. It was about my height, about my weight, about just anything. And it was public a lot. It was also teachers not believing me and going to. There's one time I went to a staff room and I told the teacher that my classmate had gotten 12 textbooks and dropped them on my head and laughed at me, and I was literally like having a huge migraine. I went to him and then he just started laughing and saying, "What do you want me to do?" So for the longest time, because I was going through those things, I didn't feel like I was enough. I didn't feel like I was valued, and I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything, because I kept asking myself, why me? Why is it that people always pick on me, and why do people always look to make my life a living hell? And then for a long time, I actually started believing that maybe they have something they're seeing that is rightfully needing to be snuffed out. So I started like internally also like beating myself down. And it's taken like leaving high school, figuring out my own path, and then also starting a business. It makes you face a lot of things that you didn't know that you had to face. So now, long story short, I would say yes, I do believe I am enough, because now I realize that if someone's trying to make your life a living hell, there's something wrong with them. It has nothing to do with you.
Good girl.
So, so now I don't look to someone to say, why are they beating me down? I just say, okay, I don't have to deal with this. This person is in their movie. I don't have to engage in it. Yes, they might be going through something. I can either have compassion to help them sort it out, or if I'm not really interested, I say, excuse me, no thank you, and I just, not engage that. So now I do believe I am enough, and like they both said, it's mostly because of family love, and also just going through a personal development kind of journey with God and figuring out my own stuff as well. So yeah, I do.
And Fiona?
Yeah, I think I'm finally in a healing place where I do think I'm enough. I think I may have had postpartum with my pregnancy, as in postpartum. Is it postpartum?
Postpartum depression?
Yeah, I may have had
I
a
know
bit
the
of depression
post.
after that. And I had a few I had a rainbow baby, as in my son Edward, but before I had him, I had a lot of miscarriages. And I think in that loop, I kind of lost myself, and I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel worthy, and I just got a bit lost there for a while. But I do know before all of that, I did who I was. I just lost myself there for a while, and I think it's just part of being a mom and being pregnant and the hormones changing. There's that loop of hormones changing too, and being kind to yourself. I realized I have to be kind to myself in knowing that I had to go through that to be where I am now, and love myself even when those times when I didn't love myself. So I think I definitely know that I'm good enough now. I'm back there again, and I love it. And getting there was also through family, but also I have to remember that we have friends who become family. Our friends supported us. Sometimes when me being far away, having friends, they become family because you come close to them, and you can relate to them, and they can be there for you sometimes. So, Emily, I know you've had quite a few individual girlfriends who have been with you through your tough moments. So, yes, to answer the question is yes, I do feel good enough, and I feel enough, and I thank God for the healing that He's done in me. And yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
I'll ask one question.
And then you go.
Right. Are you aware of what triggers your stress in you? If yes, describe them. Emily.
What triggers stress in me? Yeah. Not having a private jet, first of all.
To go where?
To travel the world. I have things to do, people to see. But yeah, the things that trigger stress that I've noticed about myself is not really having an understanding of like where things are going to end up. I used to be so bogged down about trying to figure out what the destination is. Like if I have like a vision of, okay, in these next 2 years, this is where I'm going, then it would ease my mind to know, okay, now we're going and then we're going that direction. But the stress that I got was when those plans would get cut short, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, now I don't know what to do. Who am I? So yeah, it's the things that I've realized that have really triggered the most stress is dealing with so much uncertainty at the same time. An example is Dad's health. You mentioned it earlier. When he had the stroke, I think in the family, like me and Dad, like are like besties. And he used to be like my sounding board and someone I would really like really let loose and open up to, and he would mentor me and stuff like that. So when he got the stroke and he was not able to speak for a long time, I really felt lost because I was just like, my person is not able to communicate with me. And I felt like at the time, I felt like any other person I would talk to would not understand me like the way he understood me. So I felt really lonely, like really, really lonely for a long time, until I started realizing that you can, like what Leona said, find family and friends, but also family as well. But yeah, the uncertainty that I realize is what really used to trigger me, the stress. Yeah.
You want to answer?
Yeah, mine was worry.
No, but what triggered that?
And what used to trigger that is not knowing.
Oh.
Not knowing how things are going to end up, and not knowing. But of late, after the stroke in our home, I saw that I don't have command over so many things, because that has taught me. It's so amazing that when a health change comes into the family, it does a lot, and it's a learning curve. You learn to accept everything the way it is, and the triggers have gone down really, because I've come to feel that I can't control the process. But instead of worrying, I would rather accept and have gratitude. So my triggers have really gone down. And thank you to the 7 years of sabbatical. That has helped.
And counting. So
My therapist said she's done. So
Yeah.
it's been too expensive.
She quit a while ago.
She quit a while ago, so
probably in the first week.
So we just need to take Brian to come and kick you out, and then you'll be fine. You know, like that mom, the mom in the nest, the bird that kicks its kids out of the nest.
yeah, the ego throws them down.
Everybody's doing that to you now.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think stress is when the people next to me are not learning from their mistakes. So like all the ladies in my life like ruminating over something. So you're like,
We're laughing because he's like, seriously, are we here again?
I know, right? Like you're going back to fall in the same thing. Utali, what are you doing? It's you can see the line. You see that line? Don't go past it. So yeah, that's the stress. People are not learning from their mistakes and ruminating about the same thing over and over again. And yourself, Leona?
Mine, I've realized while I've been doing my healing journey is it's just rejection is a thing that comes up for me, and it's just it comes into control. Like I'd like to have to control how the kids did this, make it all perfect, and when I didn't get, if Edward or Oliver answers me back,
Yes.
I feel rejected, and it was just I had a wound of
Exactly.
rejection, nothing to do with them. I just for some reason while I was young, I must have gone through something and felt rejection, and that wound started, and it has brought up this kind of like, oh, when that happens, this is when Edward or Oliver says, no, I can't do that. Oh, and then I feel so angry. Why am I feeling angry? Oh, it's just my wound of rejection. So my trigger is rejection, and I'm working on it.
I'm going to bless him for you soon.
Oh, I will leave you guys. It was so nice to hang out with you. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the conversation. I can't wait to see how it all ends.
And also, just finally, the question cards can also be used as as someone with themselves while journaling. So you can actually ask these questions to yourself, and then you like journal by yourself, and maybe do that inner work by yourself, just in case you don't have like a person, so that you don't feel like the pressure to have another individual. Because some people are also too shy or introverted to do this kind of work with someone else, and it's okay.
And where the school teacher comes in is because is when somebody's buying the cards to know that there's a bit of research in there. Because there's that inner child that we never deal with. And at times the only way you can be allowed to do that is asking certain questions. But all the questions were directed at everybody. Where are you at with your inner child? Because when you are a child, you are not in control of anything, the environment. So most caregivers were not as lovely as you would have wanted them to be. So that brings in the trauma wounds. And most people are dealing with that. It could be a very affluent family, but you are neglected. There was nobody in the house. Everything was there, but you felt alone, and you felt like you're just an addition to the furniture.
Oh, wow.
So the trauma wounds is what we are looking at, and understanding that inner child, that, wow, maybe this happened because of that. And people start their healing journey. So that's where the teacher code comes in. It's something that I've done for 40 years, understanding individuals as an identities.